Hello, hello, hello. So today we're gonna continue with our theme of past relationships and situationships. Shall we rewind to 1 year ago? As you know, I'm an October baby. I'm a Libra. I was born on the 17th of October, and I don't know about you guys, but like every time my birthday kind of comes along, I start to go into this like deep hole of like, oh my gosh, I'm still single. Like, I don't have a partner. Like, what am I doing with my life? As if like a partner is gonna solve all of my problems when I sort of know that's not the solution. And so 1 year ago, my Grinder application wasn't working. And so I found myself contacting, one of my followers on Instagram who was US based. They suggested this new application that I hadn't heard of called Jacked. So spelled Jack apostrophe D. What attracted me to that application was that they were sort of known for having the highest percentage of people of color on it. So of course it's like a queer LGBT application. As we know very well, there's a lot of discrimination in the LGBT community, especially online and on all of these applications. And so I was like, okay, let me give this application a go. Maybe it's like a safe space for a gay Asian boy like me. Oof, I've got to take my scarf off. When I talk about like really deep topics, I start to get a little hot and heavy. Okay, we get to the couple of weeks before the 17th of October last year. So the year is 2024. This guy writes to me, so Jacked, you're allowed to have like lots of pictures on your profile. And so this guy had like lots of different selfies and pictures that people had taken of him where he has like different hairstyles and even different hair colors, different lengths as well of hair. And I didn't really know what to expect. There's this thing that people are doing recently is that, if you do have lots of pictures that look quite different, you put in your bio in writing what kind of hair you are currently sporting. So like imagine I have like a picture of a buzz cut and a picture of like my hair right now. I'll be like, I currently have the longer hair. And it's just to avoid, catfishing people and to avoid people getting sort of the wrong expectation, like turning up to your front door and like not liking what they see. So it's October time, my birthday's coming up, I'm feeling a little lonely. It's the time when on Netflix, the new Ryan Murphy show of the Menendez brothers is like blowing up, because it's kind of cold autumn vibes. I just want to sort of curl up, watch TV, potentially with someone else, and have that someone else spoon me. So, we start chatting and the conversation flows. We actually speak in English, even though this guy is French. He invites me over to his place for a first date where, he's like, we can have dinner, we can order some food, we can watch a Ryan Murphy show. We decide to watch the one about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Really light stuff like Menendez Brothers and then Monica and Bill. So yeah, I go over to his place one night and he has this like stunning maisonette in Paris. Like a lot of the buildings, like you'll enter their front door and it'll lead you into an internal courtyard, and then you'll have like apartments around the courtyard like looking in on it. And so this courtyard that I enter has quite a large area and there are 3 maisonettes, and as it turns out, this guy owned one of the maisonettes and the other ones were owned by his family members. It's like raining, it's dark. I head on over to his front door. It's like a completely see-through front door with like a shutter on the outside, but he has the shutter wide open so I can see right in. All of his lights are on, and first thing I realize is like, okay, wow, that is not the guy I was expecting to meet. Like, he really didn't look like any of his pictures. I felt like his pictures were taken, a few years back. He looked a lot older in person, and none of his pictures had his current hairstyle, which was sort of like a mod cut. And he was wearing these like big, thick rim glasses. And so I take like 60 seconds to like decide what to do. I'm like, okay, he sort of catfished me to a certain extent. Like, should I give this guy a chance? So the 60 seconds go by and I'm like, okay, Kevin, you know, the conversation went well. I mean, the chats that you were having. So give this guy a chance. I head on over, we introduce ourselves. And at the beginning, I sort of switch between French and English because, you know, I'm a polyglot, not to toot my own horn, but at the end, the guy chooses to stick to English. And yeah, the night was lovely. We, you know, order in, we Netflix and chill, we cuddle a little bit. He has this like mezzanine, so it's like a half floor. We small spoon and big spoon until about midnight. I'm like, okay, I gotta leave like Cinderella. I have to work tomorrow. And that was that. And then comes my birthday on the 17th of October. It's like a rainy day. I'm working from home. I actually decide to spend it alone. I was actually turning 32. I tell this guy via chat, and he's like, why don't you come over? We can do once again a dinner, Netflix and chill. And I was really happy to receive that invitation. So I head on over, I get a bottle of champagne, we order some food from Bouillon Pigalle, which is this like kind of restaurant for the masses with very affordable prices. And I decide to get some sausage and mash, some artichoke, and some truffle flavored crisps. And once again, we have a lovely night. I decide to stay over. The guy literally was snoring like a train. The next morning, we get up. I have to head to the office in the 17th district of Paris. He lives in the 18th. He gets up with me, makes me a coffee. We chill on the sofa with his cat, and it was lovely. Yeah, so the dates are fun, you know. I had already planned a holiday with my family in Osaka and Kyoto. So it was like this family trip with about 9 of us from my mother's side of the family. This guy was like, oh, you know, by the way, I'll be in Asia, because he actually has a flat in Asia which he rents out as an Airbnb when he's in France. So he's sort of between both Europe and Asia throughout the year. And he's a contemporary artist. And he was like, Kevin, like, why don't we do a road trip? And he actually had been to Japan many times before. He had actually lived in Tokyo as well. One of the sort of highlights of his trip was these 2 contemporary art islands called Naoshima and Teshima in the Kagawa prefecture of Japan. Basically, it's like these millionaires that kind of created these open air art pieces, and you know, the Japanese architect Tadao Ando created a lot of buildings and installations there. For some reason, I was feeling like a yes man, you know. I was like Jim Carrey in that movie. I was like, yes, let's do this road trip. And so let me tell you how that trip went.